Well, good morning, YouTube. AJ Shaver here, and you might be asking yourself, what is he up to now? So, went online, found a HWP-120. They don't make this model anymore. It was replaced, I think it was this year or last year, with the 1750, which has an even more impressive spec to it. But in the true premise of Halverson trial and error, the Halverson processors are supposed to run on anything that is 15.5 gallons a minute at 2850 psi with a K-strain. So this little feller, even though it's small, still packs a pretty good hydraulic punch because it has a 16 gallon a minute auxiliary flow at 3700 psi, which will use the processor to kind of regulate that down. And we have a low, medium, and high as far as the GPM goes. So we'll play around with that a little bit. But what I do have behind me is a used HWP-120. I've never cut wood with this before. I threw a new chain on it because it did come in used. So fresh wood pile from RJ. So we'll get this first piece here picked up. It's a 24-footer. I'll show you how we buck it in half. I do have the 6-way on this, and we'll just split right into an IBC cage and take it from there. So stay tuned. It should be good. So I figured maybe I should show you the unit before I actually get everything all dirty. And so, again, we have the optional 6-way wedge in this. It is a little bit older of a unit because it does not have the tapered beam here. It's straight, so we did put a smaller 5/8 pin in right here to allow that wedge to wiggle up and down to get rid of that pinch point. Brand new chain just put on it, never seen wood. This is the in-cab harness from Halverson. It is the 120, that's why it has the box in here. So we have our supply, K-strain, return, electrical connection to put everything together. Just zip tied some stuff here up the side of the boom. Did not have a single-handed joystick controller, so we just zip tied the in-cab buttons here. So this is our grabber down, grabber up, table back, split, table forward, and the saw. If this was a 150, this would be the diverter valve. You'd hold this button and then work those two to make that hydraulic wedge go up and down, but we do not have that today. We just have a regular manual adjustable wedge. Cigarette plug lighter. It powers everything. Oh good, it actually turns off with the key. Look at that. Yay. Don't have to worry about a dead battery now. Our drive controls, our bucket controls, and then this is the auxiliary flow. All of the Halverson units have one direction of flow that they need to be run in. It just goes in continuous and it loops through the system. There's a little unloader valve in there. So if you're not going the correct direction, you can't build any pressure, hence nothing will work. So with this one, we do have to cycle it forward for continuous flow, which we can turn off and on here. And then we have low, medium, and high. We're gonna run this on the high setting because I need all 16 gallons a minute going through the hoses. And it's a really nice viewpoint here from the operator stand. And instead of being inside the cab, if something happens, I can just step off and grab it quick. But we're going to size up this first 24-footer that's out here, and the saw is pretty much right in line with that right leg here. So we're gonna try and find that 12-foot portion, pick it up, buck it off, process the half that we're holding, then go after that second piece, and we'll see how this goes. think that worked pretty good. It's always nicest if you can keep the second piece that fell off in line with the unit, or at least have it where it's up on something to slip the hands back underneath it, you know, to load it back up on the table. And then what you were seeing for what looked like a length guide is me, because I was stopping the table flush with the end of the splitter cradle, and that kind of gives me that perfect, you know, 16-inch piece. And then back here on the back of the unit, there's another point that I use for reference, just on cycling this thing back and forth, so we get, you know, about as even of a piece as you can. So the 140, the 150, and the 160 all have a length guide to it. The 120, you kind of use an eyeball. The 120 and the 140 do not have a backbone back here. So if you were, you know, taking that piece that's this big and you just wanted to split or just cut it and not split it, you could take the wedge right out of the unit and just feed the boiler. You are a maximum distance here of 22 inches. I always recommend like a 16-inch diameter on the 120, 18-inch diameter on the 140, and like that 20, maybe 22 on a 150. You can get the bigger diameter on the 150 because of that redesigned grabber arm, and then that 160 is rated for up to 24-inch. So pretty good wide arrangement of processors and diameters to cut with. So this one's used, we're asking $9,500. A regular new 120 is $11,850. A new 140 is $17,600. A new 150 is $22,800, and the 160 is somewhere in that $36,000, $37,000 area, but you do get a lot of upgrades and bells and whistles on that bad boy. So if we can earn your business with the sales quote, we use everything that we sell. Got a bunch of phone calls this week just saying, you know, people love the videos and just more information, you know, on the units themselves. Happy to talk and put a processor in your budget, you know, from the 4 different models that we have available with Halverson. So give me a phone call. It's 833-SPLITTER. It's 833-775-4887. You can also email me at sales@shaverequipment.com. And everything we got is over on the website as well, especially the firewood bags for easy point and click for purchase. It's shaverequipment.com. So again, if you're watching the video, would love that opportunity to earn your business with the sales quote. I'm not the typical sales guy that if you tell me you have a, you know, a $30,000 budget, instantly I'm going to sell you a 150, because the 120 might work, and then you've got some money left over for some other things. So give us that phone call, shoot us that email. Do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button to stay up to date on everything we have going on. And hopefully we'll talk to you soon, but we'll definitely see you next time. Thanks for watching.